Hi, I just wanted to come on and just briefly kind of talk about something that I have been aware of for quite a few years now, and I suffer from myself, which is something called Seasonal Affective Disorder, or SAD syndrome, sometimes called the winter depression. Now, if you live in the UK, especially, this is something that could possibly affect you. It's basically the when we get to this time of year when we are starting to get the days are getting shorter. The long nights are creeping in. It's getting darker earlier. It will be getting darker earlier. Well, it is actually starting to do it now. But like it starts getting darker like 4 o'clock eventually, doesn't it? And then during the day, like today, we have a day today it's so overcast that there is no sunlight. Well, there's it's light obviously because you can see me, but there's no sun. And it's very dark. It's very gloomy, and this can happen like you can get weather like this just like for weeks on end sometimes, can't you, in this country? And I didn't realise, and but this can have an effect on your mood. And now that it's something that I'm aware of, I can prepare for it every year, and basically put things in place like just having knowledge of it. I think makes me feel better because like today when I got up, it was really dark, and I do wake up with quite anxious anyway, with what's obviously going on with my mental health anyway. But today especially was felt a little bit heavier, a little bit darker, a little bit like my spirit felt a little bit darker. My mood felt quite low, and I was struggling to kind of pick myself up a little bit, and then I was like, oh yeah, it's sad syndrome kicking in. So there's things that you can do. I look it up, basically seasonal affective disorder. It might be something that you've been suffering from every year and not even realize why you're feeling maybe depressed and anxious like at this time of year, on going into winter as well, when it can get a lot worse. So the things that I've kind of been doing the last few years, I have I start taking vitamin D, because obviously you're not getting the vitamin D from the sun anymore, and that can affect your mood. So I start taking quite high I take quite a high dose of vitamin D, and that a supplement, and that helps with that. I try and get as much sunlight as I can when it appears, and if I can't, I have a sunlight lamp. It's plugged into the wall. I'm going to switch it on so it's very bright. So you basically just can sit that, you know, it's best to use it on the morning. It says not to use it on before you go to bed, because obviously it's not going to stimulate you, wake you up a little bit. But I sat with it this morning when I sat at this table, and I looked out into my garden and I was watching the birds, and while I was eating my breakfast, and I just sat there with this on for 10-15 minutes. And to do that every day, if you can find time to do that every day, just have it like 30 to 80 centimeters away from you. You don't sit and look at it. You just have it near you, like I've got it here near me, and that can really, really help with SAD syndrome. Trying to get fresh air as much as you can. A bit difficult when you're agoraphobic, but try and get. I mean, I can go out in the garden, so I've got no excuse. I've got a garden that I have no fear of going in, so I can go and sit in the garden with my coat on. But go and get out in fresh air and get out in nature when you can. Don't force yourself to do it when it's raining or it's blowing a gale, because that's not going to make you feel better, because you're just going to be soaking wet and and miserable. But if you haven't, if there is a nice still dry day, then, or if you like rain, go out in the rain. Like, don't listen to me. Whatever makes you happy. But try and get out as much as you can when the weather is a bit better. But there's these daylight lamps or sun lamps are really, really good. Like I would definitely recommend that. Definitely recommend vitamin D. And I think I would also recommend extra kindness to yourself at this time of year. Do what you can when you can, and don't put too much pressure on yourself. I think with also the lead up to Christmas can be quite stressful for people, and I know that it is for me. I'll be honest, Christmas can be quite a stressful time. I buy all the presents, I wrap all the presents, and I started this year buying a present like once every week, like from the end of August, I think I did it, just so that I wasn't, not so I could like brag and say I've got all my presents bought. I haven't yet, but like it's not about that. It's about so that when I got to Christmas time, or it was like, you know, December, I wasn't stressing. You know, I didn't have an extra stress. I could say like, oh yeah, I'm kind of got that sorted, you know. So like planning in advance and things like that really helps. But yeah, to be extra kind to yourself. Like, don't if you don't feel like doing something, or if you, I think just really be in touch with how you're feeling like this time of year, and be kind to how you're feeling. It's so difficult. Like, I am terrible at it. But I'm trying to learn to be kind to myself. The way that I speak to other people, and the way that I encourage other people, and the way that I am with other people is like the opposite to the way that I am with myself. I'm so self-critical. I'm so mean to myself. Like, now that I'm aware, and like I'm doing therapy and things, and I'm aware of my self-talk and the things that I say to myself, I'm like, wow, I am so nasty to myself. Like, I would never, like, if I said that, some of the things that I say to myself to a friend, or to, you know, I'd have nobody around me, and nobody would want to be around me because they would hate me, because it's so mean. So yeah, just be aware of the way that you talk to yourself, and be kinder. You know, don't put so much pressure in. Be like to be all the roles that you need to be in life, and yeah. So yeah, SAD syndrome. Look it up. See, you know, Google it. See if you've never heard of it. You might have suffered from it every year and you didn't even realize, and just like put some things in place so that, you know, the effects of it aren't as dramatic. So yeah.